Welcome back to the channel. I am the Maize Man. Before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, share this with your social media and your friends, comment in the comment section, and subscribe. Today, we are talking National Signing Day. Of course, Michigan getting all that they want, plus a couple extra. And the NCAA officially serves Michigan with the notice of allegations, all of that, and of course,
I'm upset. No disrespect, respectfully, but disrespectfully, it's disrespect. Don't be disrespectful. Those vile, disgusting Spartans, poor little bro them. And I'm gonna tell them why I'm mad. That vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus, the other state, and of course, as always, I'm upset.
First things first, let me tell them why I'm mad. I'm upset. The NCAA on National Signing Day of all days, 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks away from Michigan playing in the national semifinal, in the college football playoff semifinal in the Rose Bowl against Alabama, serves Michigan with an NOA or notice of allegations. The problem with this is the timing. The problem with the allegations were the timing. The problem with the last allegation was the problem. The NCAA, in my opinion, is strategically timing all of this to tarnish Jim Harbaugh, to tarnish the University of Michigan, and to hinder the University of Michigan in achieving that ultimate goal, which is winning the national championship. The NCAA does not want Jim Harbaugh to win the national championship. The NCAA would much rather Jim Harbaugh walk away from college football. By the way, I'm certain that this doesn't help in him staying, right? The NCAA does not want people like Jim Harbaugh, people like Chip Kelly now following in Jim Harbaugh's footsteps and telling America that these kids deserve a piece of the pie, a piece of the millions, the billions now dollars that the NCAA and these institutions and these conferences have been making for decades off the backs of these children. By the way, the student athlete, as they put it. Jim Harbaugh has been a vocal proponent of sharing the wealth, basically, amongst the student athletes. And the NCAA wants to quiet Jim Harbaugh. Not only do they want to quiet him, they want him out of here. Get him as far away from this thing as possible. I'm sure they know that there are rumors of Jim Harbaugh going to the NFL. Hell, there have been rumors of Jim Harbaugh going to the NFL for the last 4 or 5 seasons. They heat up usually around this time, by the way. The NCAA knows exactly what it was doing today by releasing this information, by officially serving Michigan with the notice of allegations today. Now, this one, by the way, because this is just one of the suspected or to be expected notice of allegations against the University of Michigan and Jim Harbaugh in the football program. This one is part of the first allegation, which was during the COVID-19 dead period. It was said that Michigan, during that time of the pandemic, purchased burgers. It was colloquially known as Burgergate amongst the fandom, and obviously reaching out and watching recruits work out via Zoom. It's a ridiculous, all of those were level 2, by the way, which were minor violations. But what really pissed the NCAA off was that Jim Harbaugh was less than cooperative, and they gave Jim Harbaugh a level 1 allegation for not cooperating with their investigation during this one, right? Other offensives, like I said, are contacting recruits outside of an allowable period and analyst coaching on the field. Now, that one is interesting, obviously, because of Connor Stallions and the allegation of sign stealing which would be another infraction or allegation, notice of allegations that we as Michigan fans, as Michigan, the university, and Jim Harbaugh are expecting to come at some point. The craziest part here, the most beautiful part here, by the way, is that Michigan has 90 days to respond. So this shouldn't affect the college football playoff in terms of them participating in it at all. But to have this on the mind of the head coach, on the mind of the coaching staff, on the mind of the players is ridiculous. Now, I'm sure that Jim Harbaugh and the coaching staff are not going to be affected by this in terms of whatever the game plan is to beat Bama, right? And they will relay that message and that calm to the players, and I'm sure the players will be fine. However, it's bigger than just this situation, right? Jim Harbaugh allegedly has been in talks with the Los Angeles Chargers for their vacant head coaching job. There were already rumors about him possibly talking to the Chicago Bears after this season about coaching there. So the rumors are out there. Now, the rumors are out there every year, so we have to take it all with a grain of salt. But like I said, this one is upsetting. I'm upset. And the NCAA, like I said before, is an antiquated, garbage organization built only to make money and to make life difficult for those that oppose them. That is it. That is all. We move on. Just to expound on the last point quickly, the level 1 violation for Jim Harbaugh could lead to a 6-game suspension and or some recruiting restrictions. Of course, Michigan preemptively suspended Michigan to start the season, the first 3 games. We'll see what happens there, but I do expect Michigan to push back on this. But we'll see. Let's get into National Signing Day. Exciting stuff. Michigan signed basically their entire class. They signed everyone who committed to the Wolverines. There was a bit of pushback, or not pushback, but Alabama and Oregon made a run at Hogan Hansen, the Michigan tight end, who's been committed over a year to the Wolverines. They made a late push, but Hogan Hansen stayed true to his commitment, signed on the dotted with the Wolverines. Also on National Signing Day, Michigan was able to flip Maryland linebacker Jayshon Barham officially. Jayshon is committed to the Wolverines and ready to rock. He clearly, as you can see in this film, is a problem. Can't wait to see him in the maize and blue. In addition to that, Lugard Idopai, who I spoke about in previous video, Michigan was working on getting his commitment. He also committed to the Wolverines today. So National Signing Day, really pretty straightforward for the Wolverines. Wasn't so straightforward for the rivals to the south, as Ohio State really had to scratch and claw to hang on to a couple of their top guys. Edric Houston, who many thought would flip to Alabama, and Jeremiah Smith, who a lot of people thought was flipped to Florida State, ended up staying strong with the Buckeyes. However, Jeremiah McClellan, the other top receiver in that class, ended up flipping to Oregon, who is now a Big Ten rival. So that's interesting. We'll keep you up to date on that as more information becomes available. But as I said, pretty straightforward in terms of the commitments for the Wolverines. Looks like the number 15 class as they sit right now. Things could change, of course, as kids move up and down still. We'll see what happens, but be sure to follow me everywhere at Maize Madman. Be sure. Oh, by the way, I've got merch now. It should be hitting the YouTube channel soon. I'll have a link in the description. It's only right now, the collection is only one style right now, but I'm working on another design as I speak. But this collection, by the way, will expire on January 21st. So, or I'm sorry, in 21 days, not necessarily January 21st, but in 21 days. So this is only going to run for 21 days. This collection, it's the day one collection. I call it the Triple M OG collection. So check it out. If you are interested in the merch, be sure to purchase it. Also download that Autograph app. Use my code MADMAN. Till next time, stay angry, my friends. I'm upset.
Ladies and gentlemen, this might be our best season ever. My ratings, they're about to go through the roof.
All right, now I'ma calm down. Son. I just don't get that all that Maize and that lock and all that puff. I just don't get it, son,
Okay,
for real.
just calm
And how the